Hello and welcome to Cooking with Jo. What I'm going to be making tonight, we have family dinner on a Tuesday night, very regularly in our house. So I am going to be making a coconut chocolate cake with zucchini in. I know, sounds bizarre, hey, but it's not that hard. And what I'm going to do is share with you how easy it is to pull together. I've got the ingredients here and I'm going to pop them up now. We're going to do 1/4 cup of zucchini. So all I've done is grated up the zucchini and popped in for 1/4 cup. We'll be using coconut flour. I've got 1/4 cup of coconut flour as well, and I've got that sitting here. And in with the coconut flour, I've already popped it in here, and I've got some cocoa. So we've got the cocoa powder, and it's 1/4 cup. So we've got 1/4 cup and 1/4 cup sitting in there. And what we're going to do is sift that down. So that was quick and easy. Step 1 done. Okay. We're going to be then, just mix that through. What are we going to do? We're going to put in the sweetener. So I've got 1/2 cup of, I'm using the monk fruit sweetener, the one that I do quite regularly use. So I've got 1/2 cup. We're going to pop that in here. That's done. We're going to be adding in the baking powder and baking soda. Now we've got 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and I've got 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I've already put these in this bowl here, and we're going to pop that in there. Then what we've got here is we're going to mix that through. We have 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, so just your normal coconut oil. Pop that in. 3 tablespoons, done. We will be then adding in 3 eggs. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We have 1/4 cup of the zucchini, and I have 3 tablespoons. You can either use milk, almond milk, or water, but 3 tablespoons. There. So all we need to do now is mix it together. Hello there, mate. Always looking in the kitchen, this guy. I swear to God, he's 5 years old and he's like having a 5-year-old child. You gotta look everywhere, don't you, mate? What you doing there, Mom? You're cooking. Okay, so we've mixed that together. His tail's wagging away. Rightio, easy as that. Now, depending on the size that you've got, I'm going to use this, the rectangle cake tin today. Normally I do use my big circle one. I wasn't quite sure how much it's going to make, so I'm going to put into the long one so then I can do them in slices to serve up. So we have that together. I have buttered in here already. Okay, pour that in. Now, one of the reasons why we use the coconut flour is that, and then we're going to use the zucchini, is that the coconut flour allows it to absorb up the moisture from the zucchini. Now, I know, we're going to do this, hold on. I didn't taste it. You can always tell how good a cake's going to taste from licking your bowl. Okay, now I'm using the air fryer. You can use the oven, of course. Now, there is 2 different time variants I feel when you use an air fryer. It's 180 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes in your normal oven. So I'm going to pop it on, and I like to go a little bit less. So I'm still going to do 180. I'm going to go 15, I'm going to go 18 minutes. And it is meant to be quite a moist one, so then it'll still cook a little bit after, but I'm going to test it about 18 minutes. Pop it in, and we'll see how it comes through. But pretty well, that was quick and easy. When we come back after it's cooked, we're going to allow it to cool down, and I'll be making up an icing using the coconut cream and your no-shoe chocolate bits. So we're going to make a chocolate icing to go over the top, but we'll wait until we let the cake cool down and go from there. And just like that, 18 minutes is gone. It has just finished. So let's grab him out. Looks pretty good. Looks like a chocolate cake to me. So what we need to do is you do need to let that cool. I'm just going to pop that over here. While that's cooling, we're going to make up the icing, and we're going to be using the coconut cream. So as I said before, I would probably use, next time I would have a smaller tin. This was a bigger tin. We're going to use 3/4 of a cup, and we're going to whip it up. Now I have chilled this. You can chill it preferably in the fridge overnight is the best way. Make sure that your pop end is at the top, because what will happen is that the firmness will stay up the top. Now I did cheat a little bit and I popped it into the freezer a little bit earlier on, so I sort of got a bit of a jump start on it, and then I popped it back in the fridge. But we're going to do 3/4 of a cup. Hold on. Let's have a look what we've got. Okay. So this one here, I just had the cocoa powder in earlier on. Pop that in here. Rightio. I've jumped ahead and I have one. You need two. If you want to do 1.5, the recipe says to have 1.5. So basically 1 full bag, and I had half a bag already. What I did, I put it into a bowl here, and I popped it in the microwave for around probably about 3 minutes. I kept going back about every minute and stirring so that the little bits have come down, and as you can see, it's nice and smooth. And it has been cooling for a little bit, so still, whoops. Because you don't want it too hot. God, I love chocolate. You don't want it too hot for when we do the next stage. Okay, so here we're going to take off, it says 3/4, so we're just scooping off the top part. Oh, pretty well. You know what? Let's not even worry about that. Let's just do 3 tablespoons. That's what it's going to be. 2 and 3. So it's really nice and thick already. I'll just clean it up. And then we're going to, I might keep that there actually. Give him a whip up. Just like you would with normal cream. Okay, that's it. Just keep them there for a sec. And then what we'll do is we're going to fold through the chocolate, and once the cake is cooled, we're going to put this on as an icing. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this back in the fridge for a little bit until we're ready to ice. Okay, just give it a stir around. Remember just to make sure you do cool this. You don't want it too hot because it'll melt it. Okay. So the frosting has come up through here. I'm going to do a taste test, as I do. Oh, that's divine. Absolutely delicious. Now, if this firms up too much, because you can see it's quite thick, we can put a little bit of a dab of water in there. If you happen to have any juice, there's a little bit of coconut juice in here. So all I did was I grabbed the fork, put it across, and there's just a little bit. So what I can do is pour a little bit of coconut juice in there, just to help soften it down. Might put a bit more, but the flavour is beautiful. Okay, and then all we will need to do is we will grab a knife. Or one of these, but I just want to have a look. And then basically when we put on the cake, we'll be able to, you know, put it over the cake as we normally do and would ice a cake. Rightio. This is looking the business. So it's cooling. Feels nice and moist. I'm going to grab a, well actually I'll probably use this rack here. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can make room here. Okay, nice and moist. Actually, what I might do is I'm going to pop that back in just for a little bit longer. I can see just on the bottom bit, it was just a little bit soft. So I am going to pop it in a little bit longer. 180, and I'm just going to pop him in for maybe 5 minutes. Okay, we'll be back and see how it looks and when we bring it all back together and the icing is done. We are up to the grand finale and putting the icing on the chocolate zucchini coconut cake. So this is what I've just started to do it. I'll just go back over through it again. But this is what the cake looked like. It came out very well. I did have to pop it back in, and I'm going to say that I probably did give it a good 25 to 30 minutes. I did have to recheck it. It was still soft underneath. So I have gone back in. I have had a little bit of a taste on the side. It does taste nice. So over here, what I did was I had the 3/4 cup of the coconut cream, and we whipped that up. I had then melted the no-shoe chocolate chip bits, and then I blended it in through here, and you have to wait until this cools down. And I did pop this back in the fridge, so it did firm up a little bit, so I've just gone back in and re-put that, just softened it up again. So then you can just layer it on. I'm not going to bother going up and down the sides. What we can do is use this as a dollop when we have it at dinner time. So I'm just going to, it was softer before I popped it back in the fridge while I was waiting for the cake to cool down. I probably started doing the icing a little bit earlier. That's okay. So there we go. Just pop that on there. Easy, easy, and yeah, all very good. Okay, very delicious. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So that is my zucchini chocolate coconut flour cake. Really easy to make. Also to pop back at a later stage if you like to, I have my sun-dried tomato and chicken casserole. I've made 2 dishes. You'll also find that in with Cooking with Jo as well. And this is the second one that I've made. It is just coming out now. Oops. Okay. And this is what it looks like there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. This cake's going to be a winner, and I look forward to catching you guys a little bit later on, and I'd love to hear your feedback if you make it. Thanks for watching Cooking with Jo.